Hello, this is Angie with the Country Chic Cottage, and I'm here today using frog tape, their new shape tape, which I love. And this is actually the chevron version, and there's a couple different types. And I'm going to be stenciling on a pillow cover. And I've cut a piece of fabric to the right size for my pillow. And I'm just going to open the frog tape now. Frog tape is one of my favorite weapons in making lines on anything, even the straight lines, if you get the green frog tape. This is yellow to indicate it's shape tape, because of the paint block technology they have, and it does a wonderful job of keeping paint from seeping through. And so I protected my work surface with this thin sheet of cardboard, and the shape tape actually has two separate removable layers, so you can see that. So you can position it and then remove the second one, and I need a pair of scissors. Then remove the second layer and finish sticking it down, which makes it really easy to position. So I'm going to remove the first half, and I just want, if I wanted a chevron pillow cover, maybe I'd use chevron fabric, but I actually just want a couple of chevron stripes on this pillow cover, so I'm just going to run a couple of pieces of chevron frog tape down this, and I'm going to reposition and get it as straight as I can, and that's the beauty of this double removable adhesive, because you can easily reposition, and that looks pretty straight. So I'm going to cut it off at the end, and I'm actually painting this before I sew it. I think that's important. That way you can get your chevron stripe all the way to the edge. So I just removed that second piece of backing, and I'm just pressing down really well. So you want to press down all the edges all the way, so we can guarantee that nothing is getting under that tape. And I'm going to do another one, and what you do is just line up those chevron stripes so that all your points line up. And I just eyeball it. You could, of course, measure and make sure that they're exactly the same distance apart, but I kind of like to eyeball stuff sometimes. Gives a little more handmade look, maybe, or that's the excuse I'll use. Okay. I think I'll do one more. So that's one chevron stripe with a chevron piece of frog tape on either side. So I'm going to do one more, so that'll be two chevron stripes running down this pillow cover when I get it finished. And I'm actually, don't you like it when you're using your iPhone for video and the low battery thing comes on? Yeah, me too. I'm actually using a green fabric, really bright neon green, and I'm going to use multi-surface paint from Americanah by Deco. And I like the multi-surface paint because I can paint any surface and not have to have a bunch of paints in my house. So I can use this for fabric today and glass tomorrow, right? Okay, so I'm going to get everything really well pressed down. And then I'm just going to get a little paint, shake it well, get a little out. And I'm actually just using a paper plate to get some out onto. And I'm going to have to shake that up better. And then I also like to use a stencil brush whenever I'm doing any type of stenciling, even though this isn't, it's just stripes. But if you use the stencil brush, you get better results, in my opinion. Okay, so I got some paint out. And with stenciling, you do not need a fully loaded paintbrush. So what I'm doing is getting a little paint, working it into the brush, but also getting some of it off. So it's pretty well worked into my brush. And now I'm going to go over here to the side, and I'm going to get some of it off. And then I'm going to apply it too. And I will hold this up it started. Okay, so I'm going to get a little more paint. I'm going to attempt to hold this up so you can see it. I like to use my iPhone for these, but I don't have any control. So I'll hold it up just a little bit so you can see how I'm painting on there. And if you just paint just like that, you won't get any runs under that tape. And your chevron stripes will be as perfect as they can be. So I'm going to finish these, and I'm going to have the full tutorial up. It'd be forever if I'm going to paint this entire thing and sew it up all on video. So I'm just going to do this one stripe for you here, and then I'll do the other stripe, and I'll sew up my pillow cover, take some pictures, and this one will be ready for the blog. So this shape tape also comes in, I don't know what they call it, but it's like a rounded petal version, so you can also do that. And then this chevron tape, something that's neat to do with it, if you, instead of putting it side by side, so it's a chevron, you put those points together, it would make diamonds. So if you wanted a diamond pattern for a pillow cover, you could use this shape tape for that as well, which I think is awesome. So this may need, I'm going to paint the one stripe, paint the other stripe, and then I may come back to the first one. It may need a second coat if your fabric is bleeding through too much. Go ahead and add a second coat. It's better to have to go back and add a second coat than to put too heavy of a paint job on the first time and just make it look gloppy. So that is almost the first one done. My cardboard is just not long enough. Okay, so there's one stripe done. Like I said, I'll go back. There's one chevron stripe. Gorgeous, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go back and paint this one. I may come back and do a second coat on both. And then I will show you how to sew up the entire pillow cover and take some pictures on the blog. Thank you for joining me today, and be sure to pick up chevron frog tape. I'll hold it. This shape tape's available. I've seen it at Walmart. Any big box store, you should be able to get it. So pick yours up. Bye.